Yo, what's goody? What's goody? What's happening? Listen, welcome to the Shooters Podcast, where we talk about everything photography, videography, and especially business. Right. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Let's not jump right in. All right. Here's what I need help with. Right. I'm trying to figure out a segment to go like right before I jump into my topic. So I want to do like a cool segment. So I don't know. Most of the time I'm just gonna do a trash segment, but I'm trying to figure out. I need a name for it, like trash or sad segment or freaking trash or something around with trash. Anyway, I need a segment. So regardless, if you think of a segment or a cool name, let me know in the comments, send me a DM, whatever, so I can jump right on that. Right. So that's whatever, that's that. But I do want to talk about something that I feel like is trash. Or maybe it is sad. Maybe that could be a segment. I don't know. Let me know. But so what I'm realizing is that what I'm doing as far as photography and videography coaching, it's new to the photography and videography industry, right? There is courses, right? Well, not a lot of courses. It is courses, I guess. Yeah, it is. It's people that are showing people how to like use your camera and all this other stuff. But I'm realizing that I'm the only one that's actually showing people how to actually start, grow, and scale a photography and videography business, actually get clients, make money, whatever. And it's like the path of least resistance, like the stuff that I'm doing. There's a lot of people who actually do classes or courses or whatever, show you how to work your camera and all that. But even outside of that, they still can't give you an actual bulletproof way to be able to get clients, right? And if they do, it's like, oh, let's make a 40-page proposal contract, send it off to 100 people, and hopefully somebody will bite. Like, okay. So we just doing a whole bunch of paperwork. So we admins, we a whole admin assistant. So anyway, I just thought that was crazy. But regardless, what I'm saying is I hang around a lot of business owners, right? And they're used to coaches, they're used to mentors. But then for me, I had to create my own lane as far as like mentorship or coaching lane, because there was not a coach or a mentor before. Not for photography and videography. I had a lot of business owner coaches, mentors, and things of that nature. Not necessarily coach, just had a lot of mentors throughout my journey. So I took everything from my coach friends, my mentors, and things of that nature, and then I want to provide that same type of service to other photographers and videographers. So I'm realizing that it's new. So what I want to do is I want to let people know, because like my team, they're talking to people all the time and realizing that people don't know or understand the importance of having coaches and mentors. Okay, so I feel like that that might not be trash, but I just want to throw it out there to let you know, like, yo, you need a coach, right? You need someone that's already been there that can help you get to the place that you want to be. And I'm not just talking about, showing you how to use a camera. I'm talking about money. Okay, let's just throw it out there. Okay, if we're gonna do it, let's throw it out there. Let's go. Let's not try to hide it. Okay, listen, you need money. Okay, and you need somebody that can help you get to the money. You can get better and better and good and great and all this stuff as a photographer and videography and whatever, but you do need a coach. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't have to be me, although I can't really think of another person that does photography and videography coaching. But regardless of who it is, you need somebody who can help you get to that level of success. So, plain and simple, I definitely want people to understand that, because if you look at the greats, look at LeBron James, look at Kobe, look at whoever, right? The greatest of the great, they have a coach, they have a mentor that's already been there. Now, I want to say this. I do feel like you should always invest and pay for coaching, but there are other coaches. For instance, for me, I didn't have the money for coaching. So I had virtual coaches. That means people online, right? I had people online. I was watching their YouTube videos and they were showing me things about business, right? And the only thing about virtual mentorship is you can get there, right? Or virtual free mentorship, essentially, like YouTube, Google, whatever. You can take that route. It would just take longer, right? So that's what I decided to do, only because I didn't have the money. And also I didn't know either. So I was like, whatever, I'm clueless. I didn't know that situation. So anyway, I did YouTube, and I read books, and that's what helped me get to the place where I am now. It took a while, but I got here. And now I'm trying to fast track photographers and videographers way or level to success, right? So that you can get there quicker. Okay, so that's it. I wish I had something trash to talk about, but I guess it's more sad than anything. Like, man, I wish I'm trying to help as many photographers and videographers as possible, but then it's a whole mindset shift before we even get into, hey, you need a coach. It's like, oh, what's that? Why do I need that? So it's just like, it's frustrating. Okay. But I am working on it. Sorry, right? So if you're a photographer, videographer, and you need coaching, you don't necessarily have to sign up for Shooters Camp, whatever. But just make sure you find some way to always think about the change your mindset. Like, start there, because before you get a coach, you have to change your mindset first. So there's books that you have to read. So I recommend finding out what area you feel like you need to be able to focus on first to change your mindset, whether that's mindset, productivity, leadership, whatever. Find out what those things are. Money, like what you think about money, right? You need to change your mindset on all these things. So I don't know what those books need to be. It could be Rich Dad Poor Dad, Thinking and Grow Rich. I read the 10 distinction books, 10 distinctions between entrepreneurship and employees, 10 distinctions between millionaires and middle class. Right now in my group, we're reading Compound Effect, The One Thing, all these different books. Eat That Frog, whatever. Find some self-help books that can help you change your mindset. So that way, that's the first step to getting to the next level, right? Because to get to the top 10%, it starts with your mind first, as opposed to your pockets. A lot of people want to say, oh, let me just go ahead and just try to get the bag. You can't chase the bag because it'll always run from you. Okay. Once you have the mindset, you can attract the bag. Okay. Now let's jump right into it. So my topic, the reason why I got here today, I feel like I want a quick praise and preach break, right? Great. So let's go and jump into the topic that we're going to talk about today. So I text out to my text list or my email list, whatever. I'm email list, my text list, right? So if you're not a part of the podcast text community, make sure you text me at 404-737-0891. Text the word podcast. Okay. And then what I like to do is I like to go in there and just ask questions like, hey, what do you guys want me to talk about? Some things that you want to know. And then I can sometimes create topics based on that. And then I'll also answer some questions at the end of this podcast. So that way you'll be able to, if you're in, you can always get your questions answered, because I can literally read right from the text. Okay. So my man G Michael, right? G Michael mentioned how to make money in a small town with cheap people. Okay. This right here, this hit me the hardest because if you guys don't know, I'm from a small town. All right. I'm from a small hometown called Wilson, North Carolina. It's on the eastern side of North Carolina, maybe 30-40 minutes from Raleigh. I don't know how many miles it is, but most people don't know where that is, but a lot of people know where Raleigh and Durham is, right? So think about 40 minutes from Raleigh. That's my city. Okay. Born and raised there. I moved out of Wilson, North Carolina when I was 21. Me and my girlfriend moved. No, actually I was 22. So me and my girlfriend moved out, wanted to do something different, and was like, yo, we just got to get away from here, right? Because there's nothing good there. Like, I mean, so how can I say this? So yes, there is good in the place where you grew up from. It means like your family, whatever, right? But somebody told me when I was working a job, a pastor told me, he said, listen, whenever you graduate from high school, he told me the first thing that anyone should do whenever you in a place where you are, maybe you feel like it need to be more opportunity or things like that, said the first thing you should do is move out of your hometown, period. And I was like, that really stuck with me, because although I didn't leave my hometown between 18 to 22 when I graduated from high school, I didn't do anything super productive between those 4 years, right? But had I left, I would have had a different type of mindset, right? And I mean real far. I should have like went to go to a whole nother state, right? I would at least start differently, whether it was good or bad. I at least would have had a different decision or a different outcome had I just went ahead and left, right? But I stayed for those 4 years, and through those 4 years, I mean, it was just, whatever, just tricking off, doing the most, buying cars, messing with the ladies. I mean, spending the rest of my check on clothes, whatever. And it was just the same routine over and over and over again, right? man, just going back thinking about it, thinking about high school, thinking about middle school, thinking about all these things, I'm like, you know what, the city I grew up in didn't necessarily benefit me in any way I could think of, right? Like even just thinking about like the friends and people I hung around, it's like, okay, I don't see where did the benefit happen at? You know what I mean? So if you're from a small hometown, now of course like I have friends, right? But if you think about like the friends that I have now, and think about the friends that you grew up with, it's kind of like, you see the levels of actually of value that we can bring to each other, right? Because what I actually thought friends could do or should do is not what the friends is not what friends did whenever I was growing up, right? I'm talking about people, friends actually, setting me up, and people, breaking in your car, getting jumped, getting shot. People, some other friends getting shot, getting killed. Growing up in the same neighborhood, right? Still getting shot, getting killed. Selling drugs to your auntie, selling drugs to your mama. Like all this stuff is happening, and I just normalized it, right? But I know I'm going I'm going in a different tangent. I'm just trying to let you know, like I'm trying to just give you the picture of the environment. Okay, so this is what I'm around now. Of course, my brother is selling. What he's selling. We ain't gonna we can talk what it is. He's selling what is it? Prescriptions. Okay, he's doing what he's doing. My other brother, he went to the Navy. All this stuff is actually going on. So I'm just trying to figure out what is a good pathway for me to actually succeed. So for me, I was rapping, of course, right? And then it is hot in here. Can we turn the fan on? You can turn the fan on up in here. Listen, y'all, it is it's so it ain't really hot outside, but it's hot in here. I need like a little situation. I need like one of them guys, like the little Galaxy fans, the little Lasco. It used to be called Galaxy. I think it's called Lasco now. The little $10 joints you put in the window. Them joints just always blow out hot air. I don't know why that is. Okay. But anyway, I said all that to say whenever I moved to Atlanta from 22. At 22 I moved out, right, from Wilson to Atlanta. Now, this is what me and my girl was thinking at that particular time. We was thinking to move from Wilson to Charlotte. Now, Charlotte, North Carolina is about 3.5 hours from where we live. Atlanta is 6 hours. Okay. So between those two, right, if you think about Atlanta, the thing that we're trying to accomplish, we're trying to look for somewhere where a big opportunity we can actually make it, whatever the opportunity is. But if you look at Charlotte is not as much of an opportunity as Atlanta, right? So what the first thought was, well, maybe let's go to Charlotte. Charlotte's easier. We're still in the same state. We're in a bigger city, okay? But it's not a full leap, right? It's not like a leap to it's kind of like, kind of put a toe in, right? So it's not going to be, it's not that much of a sacrifice.
It's also too close.
It's too close, right? I was definitely getting there. It's too close. So what I'm saying is people were like, oh, well, they'll kind of do what's comfortable. So even though Charlotte may have seemed like a big jump, it really wasn't. It was still comfort. Okay. So then we decided to say, you know what? Let's just go ahead and go to Atlanta, because if we move to Charlotte, we'll just come back home. You know what I mean? 3-hour drive. We just drive back home. Now, Atlanta is not as close. So you ain't going to just jump up and say, all right, let me just hop 6 hours, 7 hours. You're not going to just do that any given Monday or whatever, or weekend. So we decided to make a full leap, right? And it was the best decision that we ever made. Now, of course, it was struggling in the beginning, but we ain't going to talk about that on this particular episode. So here's what happened. We're talking about how to make money in a small town. Okay. Long story short, you don't have to. Long story short, you don't have to. Because even though we moved to Atlanta, right, a lot of people from my hometown will still call me, do videos and things of that nature. But I don't necessarily have to do videos in my hometown or do whatever the things I want to do, videos, photos, whatever, in my hometown or whatever the space that I feel like that I'm in as far as a smaller environment. Okay. So I did a few different things. One, I wanted to make sure that I can expand. Okay. So you got this entire United States that you can actually be the best in. Think about it. If you're in, a small hometown, I'm gonna give you actually a real example, a better one. I'm gonna give you two things that that I did to help like expand and go into different places. So one, what I did was it was this company. It was called like, I don't know, Light Work, Lightroom, Light somebody. It was a Light somebody. I don't know what it was. But regardless, what they did was they hit me up. I think I found them on Indeed, and they hit me up and they're like, "Listen, we're looking for like contractors, like photography, videographer contractors. So we'll find the work, we'll get paid, and then we'll give you the money." So essentially, like they'll get paid. I don't know, let's say $1,000, right, for the actual project, and then they need a photographer or videographer. They'll give me 300. I'll go and do the shoot. And the shoot was, well, a lot of times would not necessarily be in Atlanta. I would go to like Greenville, South Carolina, right? I worked for like Allstate at one time. I did like for a newspaper company or whatever, right? So finding jobs like that actually helped me. Like they helped me with the outsourcing because they already had the jobs. Okay, so if you can find companies that can actually that needs like contracting photography videographers, hit them up and say, listen, whenever you need work, let me know and I'll be there. Okay. Second thing that I did was I used this thing called this service called Thumbtack. This was another platform that helped me get like services out of different areas. And I don't know what Thumbtack is doing right now, but at a particular time that I was doing like commercials or whatever. Or actually, I moved over into weddings at this particular time. So I used Thumbtack. Thumbtack is where you can actually bid to get jobs. So meaning somebody can say, hey, I'm looking for a wedding photographer. I'm looking for a wedding videographer. You can pay $2 and then bid for the job or whatever, depending on how big the job is. You can pay anywhere between $2 to $5 to be able to bid to get the job. Now, I was only doing that in Atlanta, okay, but it was it was still tough to get jobs because it was so competitive in this Atlanta area market, right? So then I started bidding for areas in different places. So bidding for things in DC, bidding for jobs in North Carolina, bidding for jobs in Florida, whatever. And then I started getting more jobs, okay, in these particular areas. While I was working my job, I was traveling like almost every other weekend, right? Sometimes back-to-back weekends, sometimes twice, Friday and Saturday in the exact same area, okay? Sometimes I would do a wedding on Friday and do a wedding on Saturday in the exact same area. I would get booked for DC on Saturday and booked for somewhere closer to DC, somewhere like in Virginia area, whatever, Virginia, in Friday. So I can double up by just doing the entire weekend, okay? Then I used Wedding Wire, right? Wedding Wire is where this is when I started really getting into weddings. So I use Wedding Wire, and as opposed to signing up for an account just in Atlanta, I sign up for accounts in more places. So I sign up for more accounts. So I signed up for an account not only in Atlanta, I signed up for an account in the DMV area, I signed up for an account in Indiana, I signed up for an account in Chicago, I signed up for an account in like 6 different places. And guess what? When people was hitting me up, I hopped on the phone and I told them like, hey, are you located or whatever? I said, well, no, I'm not, but I've done a lot of weddings there, whatever, and it really helps when you start already done if you already done work there. Like, oh yeah, I'm familiar with Chicago. I've done a wedding. I've done a wedding at so and so. Okay, you're familiar with the area, so now they get a little more comfortable. Okay, and then what you do is, as opposed to telling people like if you because if you're in a small town, of course, I'm showing you guys how to actually get paid through other clients outside of this, and I'm gonna give you another scenario after this. And then what you can do is, well, what I did was I combined the travel. Okay, I combined the travel inside the package so it don't seem like they're paying for travel, because you feel like if a client feels like you're paying for travel, then they're like, well, I can just get somebody in this area, it'll be cheaper. So you want them to make it feel like it's cheaper by just telling them, yeah, we'll just go ahead and include it. So meaning, as opposed to you saying, hey, this wedding is $2,000 and you have to pay extra $500 and pay for travel. That doesn't sound too appealing. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to pay extra $500. Why should I have to pay extra, right? I don't want to have to pay extra as a client, right? So what usually they say, listen, it's going to be $2,750, and although it may seem expensive, like, oh wow, that's expensive. Oh, but it includes everything. So you don't have to pay extra for travel, hotel, whatever, DVD, whatever it looks like. So now it's like all included, all inclusive, right? You ever seen those when you go out to the Caribbeans or whatever, they send you those emails and say, hey, you get an all inclusive, all expense paid trip, or not all expense, whatever. It's an all inclusive trip to Jamaica, to the Caribbean, man. All inclusive, man, all the way to Jamaica. Okay, and you're like, oh snap, only $1,300 or how much it was. If you just pay for your flight and you feel like everything's included, right? You've already paid for the hotel, you paid for the drinks, you paid for whatever. Okay, so it's not necessarily all that inclusive. Oh, it is inclusive. You just pay for it. Oh God, I love marketing companies. Marketing is dope. Okay, I should put that on a shirt. Okay, so yes, so basically you just want to make your packages all inclusive. Okay, so if you're in that small hometown, what you want to do is you want to level up your prices, level up your services, and add value. So now what happens is I actually like weeded people out. So at first, when I was like, I did a couple like of videos from my hometown and all this stuff, only because I really wanted to get back. Like, I want to help people. I always want to do stuff for my hometown. But then it gets to a point where I got bills. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to level up your services so it only fits to the people that are your ideal client. So if your ideal client is not in your hometown or wherever you're from, then they're just not for you. So for instance, if I'm in Wilson, which is my hometown, and my ideal client, let's say I do whatever, I do weddings and the budget is $2,000 plus. If nobody from my hometown can pay that, I need to put my services in areas where people can actually pay that. So that may be DC area, it could be Atlanta, it could be Miami, it could be Chicago, it could be New York, Philly, right? I put my services elsewhere and let people know that, hey, I can actually do work there. Okay, even to the point where even if you need to set up a business address in Chicago, okay, to put your services on business on what is it called? Google My Business. All right, so they can Google it and you can have 10-star reviews in Philly, right? So I had this same particular situation on Thumbtack and Wedding Wire. Like I had reviews in all these different cities, right? But I still stayed in Atlanta. Okay, so I say all that to say, put your services in different places. Don't just look at what's around you and say, well, this is all I have to work with. Okay, this is not all you have to work. You need to see past your situation, right? If you playing, you ever played what is it? I guess Uno. Play Uno, and you like, oh, I got 4 cars, and none of these cars are good. I don't like these cars. You can just pluck and get some more cars, or tunk. Okay, you can pluck and get more cars, right? So you don't have to, even though you might been dealt a certain hand, you can actually get more cars and create a different hand. You know what I'm saying? You playing cards, and you're like, oh snap, this all I got to work with. You playing tunk, you playing Uno, just pluck and get some more cars. And guess what? After you pluck enough times, now you got a different hand. So you can deal your own hands, essentially. Did that make sense? Anyway, yeah. So essentially, that's what you want to do. Yeah. Basically, man, listen, if they can't pay it, this not for you. I'm not trying to accommodate my prices, right? So that it's more convenient for you. Okay. If it costs $1,500, if it costs $2,000, it's for a certain person. It may not be for you. And I know they're gonna be like, oh, come on, man, hook your boy up. Okay. I go so hard as, listen, and this is probably what you need to do too. For my friends who will like hit me up, say hit me from the hometown, whatever, and regardless if they feel like, man, I got the money now, whatever, I don't want to do that project. Okay. And I recommend you do the same thing. Like, you don't want to be involved with that because now you're mixing business and emotion. And a lot of people don't know how to separate the two. Okay. So when people hit me up and say, hey, you know what, let's go and do this thing, whatever, first of all, I'm not doing it. Okay. Even if this was, years ago when I was actually shooting heavy, I would still recommend it to somebody else. Yeah, for sure. I got you, man. I'll just have my team member do it. Or I have somebody, whatever, do it, whatever. Somebody else needs to do this. Okay. Because if I get involved, now it's a whole different conversation. Now it's like, I don't know, people, they ask for favors, right? They want you to stay longer. They want you to do everything outside of your actual business model, as opposed to, because they don't look at you as like, oh, you the business owner. Oh, you just my homeboy. You just, just a photographer and videographer from way back when. I remember when we grew up or whatever, not knowing that, listen, I run an actual business. So this is not just me walking around with a camera. This is a business for real. Oh no, I thought you just don't do like that little picture thing. The little pictures, the little video stuff. No, this is not a little picture, little video stuff. This is a whole business. Oh well, my friend, they do photos, bro. That's different. They what? Call them. If they do photos, call them. What's the want me to call them for you? What's the email? Put you on a group, man. Whatever. Okay. So you just don't want to put. So what I do is I don't want to put myself in that situation. So if you feel, a lot of times you know it, like let's not act like it's not about to be a sticky situation. Somebody hitting you up, you know that's whatever from way back there, chopping it up. Nah, bro, let me just go ahead and work with so and so. Okay. Like, because like I did a video on this on how I like to separate my friends. It's better to separate stuff, man. You hit me up and you're like, hey man, remember, hey man, don't you do a little video thing? Yeah, man, come through and shoot me, whatever. We about to have a party tonight. Come shoot that. I'm not doing that. I don't even do that, bro. I don't even do it. Well, no, I thought you had a camera, right? Yeah, just come through. I'm good. I'll have somebody else do it and I will come and party with you. We can party together. Now there's no tension. There's no situation. There's nothing happening. Okay? You don't have to go ask for favors. It's nothing. Okay? So I'll get somebody else to shoot that. And then I will come and party with you, drink with you, or whatever. We can just do that. We can do what friends do. Okay? I will keep it at that. Okay? If you feel like somebody has grown or leveled up, and now you can do business. If the energy feels right, now you can go in, depending on the situation. If they're your ideal client, then you can come in and do business with them. But that's up to you. Me personally, I try to avoid it at all costs. Okay? It helps me maintain relationships. It helps me. That's it. It just helps me maintain relationships. So if you want to keep this relationship in good standing, you want to separate those things and not necessarily get yourself involved in situations where you feel like business and emotions can be mixed. Okay. I think that was all I had to say about that. Okay. So if you want to make money in a small hometown, the short answer is you don't. Simple as that. You don't. Or with cheap people. Okay. You don't necessarily have to get involved with cheap people. You have to get involved with your people. Okay. So who is my people? Who is my ideal client? Who is going to be able to pay this particular price that I'm charging? And where are they? So wherever they're at, that's where you go. Whether it's your small town, whether freaking Alaska, Pacific Ocean, wherever you at, I'm coming to you. Hold on, I'll be there. I'm on the mega bus. I'm on my way. I'm on a banana boat. I'm about to be there in a minute. Okay? So that's it, man. Just make sure that you are put your services in different areas. Don't necessarily just be closed off to like, oh no, let people know where I'm willing to travel. Where you gonna be at? And then go to these places and do shoots. Put your location on. Right? You go to freaking New York, you do a shoot there, put a location, boom, I'm in New York, whatever. Let people know, hey, I'm going to New York for the weekend. Who needs a shoot there? Who needs a photo? Who needs video? Whatever. Okay? Let people know. It's one thing to say that you're willing to travel, but it's another thing to actually travel. Go travel, be in the area where your ideal client is, right? And you actually let people know, I'm in your area. I'm here all the time. I'm always in LA. I'm always in New York. I'm always in Detroit. Okay. So if you need shoots done, right, let me know and network with people. If your client is in particular areas, if it's a conference going on, if it's a bridal party, whatever, you make sure you be in these areas to let people know, hey, let's exchange IG info. Let's exchange contact. Okay. Let's not exchange business cards, because business cards are for people who don't want to do business with you. Okay. I repeat that again. I got it close to the mic. Business cards are for people who don't want to do business with you. I'm gonna let that breathe for a minute. Let that breathe. I know that's gonna hit somebody different. Know somebody done felt that. Okay, that's a whole nother tangent. Basically, if you know you really want to do business with me, okay, let's just exchange contact info. Let's exchange IG. Let's set it. Let's put it on the calendar. What you doing tomorrow? You want to talk tomorrow? I'm free at 2:00. You want to talk then? Let's talk then. Okay. As opposed to give me the business card, I'm gonna throw it away. It's gonna be underneath the seat. I'm gonna use it as a coaster. Okay. So I want to build a relationship. If you pass me a business card, walk off. I don't even know your name. What you do? Radio host. What? Confused. Okay. You build a relationship, that's going to stick more than the card. Okay. So that's it, man. I hope this helped somebody. Okay. So let's jump into these other questions. before we actually leave here today. Okay, let me see if I can answer a couple of these. All right, so Hadia mentioned how to stay consistent and organized. So for one, I'm not organized, but I try to do as minimal as possible because I'm not a super organized person. So whatever I can do to keep me, I guess, what are the small things I can do to stay organized? Whether I just need to put things in a hard drive, put them in a couple of folders, not 10 folders, right? So I do small things to make sure that that I'm organized, and I put make it simple for me, okay? For when it comes to my organization skills. When it comes to being consistent, when you want to be consistent, what you want to do is you want to just find small things to do over a long period of time. Okay, that's why I love this book we're reading right now, The Compound Effect. If you can do small things over a long period of time, it'll work out for you better. Because if you try to do it, it's tough to be consistent when you take on too much. I'm about to do everything this week. You know what? I'm about to post on IG Reels. I'm about to do a podcast. I'm about to post on stories. I'm about to go to the mall. I'm about to buy six Louis bags. I'm about to drink 14 gallons of water. I'm going to the gym 78 times a day. I'm freaking making up the bed. I'm doing 48 push-ups tomorrow. It's like, yo, I'm buying my mama a car, 6 cars, taking it back, putting it on layaway, going to the grocery store. Then I'm getting all the vegan food. I'm doing 16 smoothies in 3 minutes. It's like, yo, you can do that today, but tomorrow you're gonna be burnt out. Tomorrow you're gonna be done. Okay. If you can start time blocking, right? If you can time block and just if you can know exactly what you're doing every single day from start to finish, okay, and then actually put them in 45 to 1 hour increments, small things, then you can start getting it done. As opposed to putting your daily goals down. Drink 9 bottles of water, whatever. Drink 9 glasses. I'm going to drink, whatever water from, 7 to 7:15. Okay. I'm going to edit my photos from 8 to 8:30. Okay. Once you have these things done, now you get to check off. You actually have a list done as opposed to 3 big daily lofty goals that's going to be hard to complete. Because when you actually work a job and you don't get something complete, well, depending on the job. The jobs that I work, I do like production jobs or whatever. Whenever we don't complete a particular job, right, by the end of the day, it'll go to the next shift or we'll just do it tomorrow. It's that simple. So don't try to burn yourself out. Find out what can you honestly do, right, every day, and put it on and time block it, right, every day, and then do that thing every single day. Don't try to time block 4 hours. I'm freaking editing photos from 4 to 8. It's like, no, just edit from 4 to 5. Watch TV, right? Take a 30-minute nap and then edit again from 5 to 6. It's more feasible. Like, you can actually do that because that's how your body normally operates. You do, and then another thing that's very, very simple, just don't give up. It's very, very tough to give. And I just had somebody message me the other day, and they were really, really good at doing videos, actually music videos specifically. And there was like, you know what? I'm just falling out of love. I'm falling out of passion for this thing. I'm like, it doesn't really matter about whether you love it or you're passionate about it or not. It matters about, is this thing helping you get to the goal, right? To your goal in life. Okay. So for me, I have a lot of great things I want to do. I want to retire my wife. I want to help my mom. I want to do a whole bunch of stuff. I want to be that person that I want to be of help, of service, right? And I couldn't do that if I didn't have the funds to be able to do it, if I didn't have the freedom, right? So my camera allowed me an opportunity to have funds and freedom. So what I told this person, I said, listen, I know you don't want to be in this area. I know you want to be in this industry. I know it's little stuff you don't want to do, but do not give up. Okay. And I don't mean that in a way where it's like, hey, don't give up. You can do it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you're already doing it, do other stuff or whatever. I don't care what you do. Just don't stop doing that. Because what'll happen is after 10 years, you will be an expert. After 15 years, it'll start paying off. After 20 years, you will be at a level that you wouldn't never have dreamed of. You know what I mean? So literally the only reason why I got to the place that I am now, because videography is the only thing I've been doing for the past 10 years. So I'm living proof what not giving up feels like. But not only not giving up, there's another level, right? There's not giving up, but then there's also another level up where you need to try harder. Okay? But not giving up will at least keep you in the race. Okay? So don't give up. What we got here? Kylie said the importance of turnaround time. So I have a turnaround time hack. Okay? And I'm going to let you guys know how to do that today. So the turnaround time hack is, yes, turnaround time is very important. But here's what you want to do that's going to help you create a better turnaround time. So let's say you have your regular turnaround time, I don't know, 7 days or whatever. Photos, video. After 7 days, you're going to deliver your photos, whatever your deliverables are, photos, videos, or whatever. What you want to do is, after you get done with the shoot, you want to be able to deliver something small and tangible within the first 24 to 48 hours. Whether that's a few JPEG photos, whether that's a 15-second snippet of video, you want to give them something within the first 24 to 48 hours. Here's what that does. Once you give your client something within 24 to 48 hours, they'll realize that, wow, not everyone else does this, right? So they're looking at you as like, wow, it separates you from a lot of people. 2, it also shows the level of, it kind of boosts, put it like this, people like getting stuff, right? That's why most people, it's a high percentage of people that shop on Amazon only because it comes in 2 days. Okay. So if you know that I'm working with you just because I know I'm about to get stuff within 24 to 48 hours. Cause I like to be able to get stuff so I can have it. Like, I don't know if somebody say you want a gift, I'm going to send it to your house, somebody is going to say yes. So the fact that you can deliver something very, very quickly is already a plus in my book. And I'm going to continue to work with you, and I'm going to refer you to other people. Okay. And then lastly, it actually holds you off until you actually give the actual final deliverable. Okay. Because what happens is, if you don't give something within 24 to 48 hours, what happen is 3 days from now, 4 days, hey, just checking in, how them photos look. Like, dang, hey, give me a minute. Okay. And you don't want to be like that as a photographer and videographer. A lot of photographers, hey man, creativity takes time. Hey, gotta be patient. Hey, listen, when you get it, listen, just calm down, relax. And just do what you got to find a way to be able to, whatever the client wants, you got to be able to find a way to match that. Okay. Can I meet you where you are? And to answer that question, you can, just by using that hack. Okay. So once you give them something between 24 to 48 hours, now you can actually do your, whatever you're editing or whatever it is, and take your time and actually get there and give them the final product without them being all on your back about it. Okay. I think that's it. There's more questions in here. I'm probably going to have to answer these. Oh yeah, these some deep questions. I'm gonna have to answer these next week. These are deep. How to avoid photography burnout. That's Shamari. Things to offer retainer clients. That's deep. Okay, I like it. How to get started as an amateur is normal. Okay, we'll answer these later. I definitely want to get into those. Things to offer retainer clients. So if people who don't know, the reason how I've been able to be, to hit multi 6 figures is with retainer clients, right? So, one being knowing how to actually get clients, but then also knowing how to keep them and pay you on a monthly basis. So now not only your bills are paid, but now you can have predictable income every single month. Okay, so that's it, man. I think I'm done with everything. Yep. So listen, that's it. So that's how you can actually make money if you're from a small hometown or you're just from an area where your ideal client's not there. That's how you make money in that particular area. Okay, so I hope that helps somebody. Make sure you follow your boy on IG. Okay, if you also go to shooterscamp.com if you want to level up in your photography and videography business. If you want to make anywhere from 2 to 10K a month, make sure you go there. And I think that's it. Oh, make sure you subscribe to YouTube, the podcast, whatever. Anything you need to subscribe to, go and subscribe to all this stuff. Okay, type in Brandon Shot Me, type in Shooters Podcast, type in something. Go ahead and get there. And then also make sure you join the text community. Okay, make sure you join the text community, right? So make sure you text the word podcast to 404-737-9999. 0891. Okay. So we'll be talking about more stuff in the community. With all that being said, it's your boy Brandon Shot Me. It is the Shooters Podcast. So you respect the shot, I respect the shooter. Okay? We lit! I'm done.